Hello everybody and welcome back to Money with Mike. This is Mike and it's been a while since I've been here, and you'll find out kind of why I took a little detour, did a little something that probably wasn't the best for my trading, but we'll talk about it. But now I've been trading live algorithms that I've produced for myself and that I've created for 2 years, and we'll talk about the results. So here's my results. You can see my equity curve here. Started back in July of 2023, and now we're in right about to be October of 2025. So it's a little bit over 2 years. As you can see, I have made almost 120% in that time, and I've had some drawdowns, had some other things going. I'm coming up out of a drawdown now, and we'll kind of talk about what happened for me from 2024, about July all the way through. So look at my drawdown percentages. One thing I really learned about myself this year is that I can handle some stiff drawdowns. Look how far those drawdowns went, and I'm getting better at it and things going. I'm probably a little bit undercapitalized for the amount of strategies that I'm put in there, but if you've watched my previous videos, I didn't start with a whole lot of money in there. I'm just trying to prove this stuff would work, and now that it's been 2 years, it looks like I'm gonna start putting some more money behind it, and I'm making money. So there you go. So my performance metrics over these last 2 years, I've had a Sharpe ratio of 1.08. My Sortino is really good, 2.29. Yeah, those drawdowns, you can probably expect that Calmar to be under 1, 0.64. My maximum drawdown, 61.97%, almost 62% drawdown, and I did not interfere. I didn't do any of those kind of things. Just kind of kept going, and we'll talk about it. One of my drawdowns is just platform related, not even to deal with me so much. I had 765 trades over the last 2 years. That should tell you how many systems I was running. It was 6, 7 systems each time. Probably definitely undercapitalized. But let's take a look here further. And in future videos, I might even break this down by instrument in futures, what I traded, how those kind of went, and we may even talk about some of my individual strategies. We'll kind of figure that piece out. But let's talk about what happened, why I've been kind of away from this channel, and what went down. So I took a costly detour. Okay, people talk about TradeStation and things a lot, and I wanted to prove and test my methodology and make sure it just proves not just NinjaTrader can go anywhere, and I've got it nice and sound. I did prove that a little bit, but I kind of had an interesting piece, and I kind of rushed it because NinjaTrader is great. I've used it for years now, and TradeStation, it's a buggy thing. Okay, what I did was I put things in there, and TradeStation, it had this issue where 3 or 4 times a week I'd go to check on my bots, and unlike Ninja that would just run like a champ, TradeStation would just crash, and when you reopened it, it wouldn't sync up properly, your stop losses and everything. So had some really bad losses and things going, and I kept at it because as you saw, if you can survive a 60% drawdown, then you're not this guy who's going to give up. You're gonna ride through, and you're gonna see it through to the end, and that's me. Well, I rode it through to the end, and after a while, I pretty well determined that this is all to do with TradeStation. It was not going to be something I could get stable, and at least when Ninja, when it went down, it came back up, I could get it resynced and things could go, and I still have a 9 to 5, so I can't watch this like a hawk. So things need to be more stable. Well, let's look what happened with it. This is my cumulative profit and things, that same graph, but it's broken into 2 different things, okay? You see that big flat period there where the gold is? That's where I turned off NinjaTrader, tried TradeStation. You can see TradeStation started out well, had a little drawdown and got a new equity high, and then look what happened, because that's the red. It went down, and just kept going, because every time I would make progress, I would log in, and that thing had froze up and crashed, and I had to log back in and found out it held day trading strategies across the close, everything else, gaps. It was a nightmare. I really can trust Ninja better. TradeStation also wasn't the easiest to roll over with, where Ninja will prompt you. Those things kind of go. So while I do believe it works, because I've then taken those strats, put them in TradeStation, and just compared my live results with all the crashes versus what should have happened with the strategies were profitable. They were doing fine. But if you look at what really happened in the equity curve with all those crashes, it was tearing me up. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put all my strategies back on NinjaTrader, and we're going to go from there. And that's where you see the gold line kind of going back up. Take a look at what we've got here with TradeStation and Ninja right by side. We've got the drawdown piece, okay? I was pretty confident that I'd gotten a lot of the drawdowns out. My correlation was down to even basically well under 20%. Everything's going well. And then the crashes and things kind of occur with TradeStation. And you can see with when I turn it back on Ninja, we're already coming back up out of a drawdown. It's a much smaller drawdown and percentage-wise than the others. But I'm not ready to do multiple platforms, and it was kind of a silly thing for me just to try to prove it to myself and prove it to everyone else that this kind of works. But I have recovered. It has gone back up for that piece because, believe it or not, when I turned that back over and put it back into Ninja, these whole trades, they're all in the row there, and that little 20% down, that's because in those other kind of pieces, I've had different kind of amounts in there, but my Ninja is doing fine. Turned them back on, it's going back up. Everything that I had in TradeStation, I have now just taken that money and rolled it back in the Ninja and let it run. The TradeStation money didn't do as well because TradeStation was going that way. But I did include those trades to combine with the Ninja trades into one big equity curve, but they are two separate accounts. I didn't move money from Ninja over to there. I just put different money into TradeStation. And yeah, so that's kind of where it goes. What was left of the TradeStation, I did make it to a deposit in Ninja, so there's more than what started in there. And Ninja's already pushing back up. The great part about it is that combined equity curve is already doing better and heading up. It's doing exactly what we want it to do. Now for the future, I'm going to do more of these, try to do them more frequently. Love everybody's comments. Give me a like, give me a follow. I'm going to be showing more, and I'm definitely going to try to do monthly performance as we go through. As you've seen, just like every other thing, trading is lumpy. All these guys that are talking about they're making money month after month after month, not really having much of a drawdown, not happening. Even these folks who make money in the prop firms, as you can see, the influencers, they're making money, yes, but they're blowing crap loads of accounts to get to that point. Not something you really can do with your own money and keep those things going. This is real money. And this is real money and real other stuff. So that's what we're going to do with it. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this video today, and we're just going to kind of go from there and see what we got.